Haters like, am I going to hell for the things that I could wear? I ain't gonna hide my blessings when I know it's made a way. I'ma sweat it out. Gotta keep my head high. Hollywood die. Thank God for what I got. Let's go. Gotta thank them for what I got.
Whew. Hello, everybody. Hello. That did not go in order. That didn't go as planned. It didn't go in order. That's not how it's supposed to went. I just washed my hair. So washed my hair earlier and it has dried. I need to get it together. Anyway, hello everybody. I am Rico Bellucci. And this is Rico Live. Yes, Rico Live, a new name. Rico Live. We were Rebel TV. People couldn't get the name right. Rival TV, Rebel TV. Like people just couldn't get the name right. And it was simple. Re as in Rico, Bell as in Bellucci, TV, Rebel. But people couldn't get it right. So whatever. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all of the subscribers. We have so many new subscribers that have subscribed in the recent days. Excuse me, like literally the more recent days. And I'm so happy for that and grateful for that. I appreciate everybody. Hopefully I can keep your attention long enough that you stay here and you support me like the other YouTubers, get full support. Hopefully I can get some full support over here because I've been doing this by myself for a while now. Of course, with the assistance of my wife/assistant, Jay, who is getting herself together for an appointment she has tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, my wife is trans. I probably say that all the time. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. Again, I'm new to StreamYard, so I haven't set up yet how to have people call in and all of that. Also, these are recorded. So I'm recording this right now, and then you guys are getting it delayed. So I'm in the now, you're behind me. And that's because I'm still a little bit stage frightened. I know, I'm loose with it on YouTube, but when it's time to see y'all comments popping up or know that you guys are watching me literally live, rather me watching it with you guys, which, makes my nerves go down a little bit. You guys being here literally in the moment might make me a little nervous, but I have to get over that because I really want to hear what everybody has to say. All the opinions of everybody, what everybody has to say. So I plan on soon, adding that feature so that everybody can call in discuss the topics. I know it's kind of like, why don't you do it tonight? I can't do it tonight, damn it. And I'm not gonna damn do it tonight. Y'all ain't gonna force me to do it tonight. But I appreciate everybody who continues to return and, never waver in support. I really appreciate that. You guys are the reason why I continue to do this. And also because I just like to do this, regardless of if I was on YouTube or not, I would be in radio personality or something like that, because I've always loved radio personality. Anyway, as you guys may or may not know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. I was born at West Paces Ferry Hospital in Atlanta. Not a Grady baby, but the hospital that I was born at is a lot legendary as well. But it's closed now. They've shut West Paces Ferry Hospital down. But I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I live in New York City, but I find myself so connected to Atlanta. I want to go back so bad, and I am going to go back one day soon. I'm going to move back to Atlanta. But right now I'm in New York City, and I don't like it as much. Of course not. On my way up here, they were asking my partner and I, why are y'all moving? Yeah, why? Like, we're trying to get to Atlanta and y'all going to New York City. If y'all don't take y'all ass back to y'all city, because that's what we trying to get to. Ain't nothing up here in New York City. And we still kept it chucking. Although in my spirit, I was like, oh my God, these people in New York are saying, why did we? And it never fails. Every time we tell people we're from Atlanta, they want to know, why did we come to New York City? Why did we choose New York City to come to? So, we came up here for opportunity, and I cannot lie. We've had a lot of blessings since being here. A lot of open doors for us since being here. Not to say that Atlanta wouldn't be, but probably now having New York as this stepping stone. Atlanta's our stepping stone, but having New York as this stepping stone business-wise really creates and sets the mind up very well to move back to Atlanta and know how to, deal with your business and everything and how to handle everything. So that's one thing I appreciate and love about New York City. They have taught me grind. Unlike Atlanta, I learned grind in Atlanta because I'm born and raised with the grind of Atlanta. But New York City is a different kind of grind, a whole nother kind of grind, a non-sleep type of grind, a grind that is just a spirit up there that makes you feel like work. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta too, but I love Atlanta and I'm moving back to it. Anyway, I found myself connected to, ATL Scoop, a lot of the ATL blog pages that post the news. And I really love all of the ATL news, all of the crazy videos, viral stuff that's going on the expressway, motherfuckers holding on to the train. Not the train. They do that up here. I ain't seen nobody holding on to the MARTA train. But motherfuckers holding on to trucks on the expressway and driving scooters down the expressway from Grady to Keller Road exit, honey. Damn. I'm like, damn, motherfuckers crazy. But Atlanta wasn't that out of hand. Atlanta has gotten more out of hand because people moving from Detroit, Chicago, New York City, and these up north states. It's something different in the water up here than it is in the South. Up here, these crimes are similar to the Southern crimes, but the spirit of the people who are committing the crimes are different. So that is what makes a whole hell of a lot of difference. Those people who are coming from up north don't give a fuck about committing a crime and possibly going to jail. In the South, we have heart, but we're committing the crime and still kind of scared that the police finna pull up. Motherfuckers in Chicago and New York City is committing the crime and know the police finna pull up, don't give a fuck, and by the time the police get this close, they taking off on it. It's just like the movies. And police be like, I'm gonna catch you one day, motherfucker. It's like, nigga, did you really just let this nigga run, hop over the train tracks, jump on the train, roll on your ass like Spider-Man and shit? And you ain't chased this man down hardly, didn't do shit. Let him go on by his business. And he just literally beat up an old woman or some shit. Beat in the head with a hammer. And they ain't finna chase his ass. They'll get him when they get him. In Atlanta, it's no way possible you think you can commit a crime in New York City or in Atlanta and get away with it. Atlanta police in every area of Georgia is not playing with your ass. Clayton County, DeKalb County, Fulton County, Marietta police, Dunwoody police, Chamblee police, all of Atlanta police, all of Georgia police don't play, even down to Savannah and Augusta. They don't play. Now, I can't say that they are the bomb, but Atlanta is, I'm sorry, Jay scared me, but he's so silent in the house. Y'all asleep. But Atlanta, the police is gonna get your ass. Up here in New York, Chicago, Detroit, they play games. So with that said, of course we already know about the Young Thug situation, the Rico charges. I seen this dumbass girl talking about, and so Rico must have got mad as if Rico was a person. Girl, if you don't get out of here, I won't be explaining what Rico is, but you guys be smart and go look it up yourself. Go Google while I'm talking. It takes nothing. If you have an iPhone, ask Siri, what is a Rico charge? And Wikipedia will pop up, or just go to Safari and search it. What does a Rico charge consist of? And, do your research. And you'll see what a Rico charge is. That's what Young Thug and many, many, many of his friends who are now, friends to the crime have now turned witnesses to the crime. They turned completely, 100% turned it back on this boy, and he's now hanging out here on his own. Several of them have gotten out on probation. Several of them have gotten out on ankle monitors, and 13 years and 5 years and 7 years, 12 years of probation, just to be able to testify against him. And I was thinking, well, hell, can Young Thug take a damn, can he take a plea deal on his own self? Can he take a plea deal on himself? If everybody else can take a plea deal, can he say, okay, I want a plea deal too? Shit, I'll snitch on myself. Like, how does that work? Or is it like we want to take him down, we're going to get all of his friends to turn on him, and he's not going to be able to take a plea deal, or the plea deal he's going to take has to be worse? Because I don't see how much worse you can get than what these boys have. I mean, if he's going to get a plea deal and he's going to receive what these boys got, he kind of got off free, because they're at home, ankle monitor, but I'm at home, ankle monitor, but I can still make music. Gunna recently posted himself in the studio in his house on house arrest, in the studio. So there's a studio in his home, which is the same thing I remember Young Thug Warriors was trying to get him to do. State of the art security was going to be at his house. They were going to pay the sheriff department to secure his home, make sure he didn't go anywhere, build a studio next to the home. It was kind of like when they were proposing that, like they were throwing money up to the courts. Like, we got money to fight this. We got money to handle this. Whatever it takes, we got it. And I think that's what fucked him up in the long run, because the point is, you're arrested on Rico charges. Kind of sort of like you're the head man and you're a bully. Kind of sort of, you're controlling these people and you're the head man, making them go do this, which is all illegal, all extremely illegal, from misdemeanors to full-fledged felonies. So it looked like you offering money to the courts, like you saying, I'm gonna pay the sheriff's department, we're gonna pay whoever we need to pay to make sure he's secure, and they said no. So Young Thug remains in jail, and people around him are dropping like flies. The courtroom was full of defendants. Now these defendants turned witnesses are now at home with ankle monitors on, agreeing to testify against their boss man, Young Thug. So this is a sad couple of past years for Young Thug, sad Christmas for Young Thug. This is all unfortunate. And just when you thought things could not get any worse, I don't understand what Young Thug's thought process was behind this incident. So today, I've reported on a couple of things that happened with Gunna and this situation and Young Thug. But today, recently, or yesterday, because you guys are going to get this video late, Young Thug was in court and he was handed drugs. Now, this is the crazy part. I'm first of all shocked that this didn't hit the news harder than what it hit. Second of all, I'm trying to figure out, did he really boldly just do this in the courtroom as if it wasn't going to get seen from defendant to defendant, or was this a throw off for something else? Because this just seemed too outrageous that another defendant, this is someone who's already serving life for murder, who is also in this case. So there are people who's already behind bars who have been charged on top of their other charges in this case. So they're not only going to court for their own separate charges, they're going to court for these charges, like Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams is the defendant who passed these drugs off to Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams is Jeffrey Williams, Young Thug. He passed them off to him. And this is not the only instance. This has happened 3 times this week. 3 times this week in this Young Thug case. So somebody about to be fired downstairs, whoever's at the metal detector. Secondly, they're about to crack down. Fire truck, always. It never ends. Fire truck right next to us. Secondly, anybody else who was bringing drugs into the jail or court and handing off drugs to inmates and stuff like that, it has completely shut down. Now that's over with. They're about to be watching even the officers who was down with it, because officers do be down with it. Even the officers, my mom was a prison guard before at Coastal State Prison. Even prison guards sometimes and officers and court clerks and stuff be down with this shit, because they are all human. Everybody in this is human. None of us ain't aliens or no robots. So we got feelings, we make mistakes, we have habits, and we have addictions. So, they trust these people to work in the courtroom in hopes that they don't do stuff like this. But somebody gonna get fired, because this happened 3 times. They were able to get it all the way in. And not only that, the man resisted them searching him. But after handing it off to Young Thug, he stands there like he was about to go through some door, knowing he's supposed to go back and sit down. So it just seemed like a whole throw off, or maybe Young Thug shouldn't have even took it in his hand. Maybe it was a mistake. Like, bro, did somebody tell you can bring this to me? Like, all right, thank you, pass it off to me. All right, I appreciate that, I guess. And then Jay told me, well, then it falls into he shouldn't have grabbed it. He shouldn't have grabbed it at all out of his hand. So I guess that can be true. You see who this is. This is one of your defendants. Don't grab it. Officers immediately walked up. Young Thug handed over the Percocets to the officers, and they dealt with it accordingly. But when they searched the boy, although he was resisting being searched, they found more narcotics on him, more Percocet, more marijuana, seasoning, wrapped in seasoning, meat seasoning and stuff, so that it would not smell, and other drugs. I can't even think of the other drugs that he had, but that's crazy. And then another girl, I think somebody mama or something like that, one of the defendants' mom, Jay was showing me this week, she brought in tobacco. Oh yeah, that was what he had. He had tobacco. This is a big ass blunt. She had tobacco. So that's all that. And it's floppy. So just here. This one works. Get that. So yeah, but I feel really bad for Young Thug when he thought he could have been possibly taking a plea deal on himself. Because I'm like, Jay, can he take a plea deal on himself? Jay like, hell to the no, he can't take no plea deal on himself. So that's very unfortunate that it seems like they just want to be out to get him. Like they just want to get Young Thug. That's what it seems like. And I don't know if anybody's a fan here, a true fan here of this channel, a true rebel, might as well call y'all rebels, a true rebel over here, then y'all understand what I feel for Young Thug. Okay, that's my boyfriend. I'm from the ATL. So the gay in me, that female, that girl that's in me is that type of bitch. The type of bitch from the west side of Atlanta who like roughneck ass niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? But see, the gay nigga me like a bitch like Jay. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm just weird. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a freak. I'm a freak, first of all, and I'm just weird and real. Okay, that's what you're gonna get over here. Period. But Young Thug is fine to me. Wherein Jay thinks Lil Baby is fine. Lil Baby is no. Young Thug look much better than the Baby. Okay, and we're gonna discuss that a little bit later in the show, me and Jay together. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of this video because Jay is coming on this video, and we're gonna discuss that a little later. But anyway, so I'm gonna play the video for you guys. I want you guys to see the handoff of the drugs to this person. Well, first of all, let's look at this. First of all, let's look at this. Okay. Let's look at. Okay. That is that. Let's first look at this. This white guy said, prosecutors say the surveillance shows Adams walk over to where Young Thug is, seated with his attorney, and then drop a Percocet in his hand. A deputy confronts Young Thug, and he turns over the pill to authorities. When deputies searched Adams, they found him in possession of Percocets, marijuana, and tobacco wrapped in plastic and food seasonings to conceal the odor of weed, according to investigators. Investigators say Adams was taken to Grady Hospital after he appeared to ingest other items of contraband in an effort to conceal the extent of his crimes within the courtroom. Prosecutors filed a motion asking the court to make a finding of fact. That court was delayed on January 18, 2023 because the actions of the defendant Williams and the actions of the defendant Adams. Okay, so this is unbelievable to me that he really thought he could walk in this place. As a defendant, you're back here sitting with your own attorney and you already got life. What were you doing? Were you trying to get Young Thug life with you? Because Jay was saying it was a setup, but I wasn't understanding Jay's whole concept of, or his whole idea of how this could have been a setup. It could have been a setup, and I can't figure out how it could have been a setup either, but it could have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird that he would do that. Only thing I can think of is this was a throw off for something else. A throw off for something else. Other people have been charged. Everybody has been charged. Everybody who was involved in these drugs transactions regarding this Rico case, all have been charged except for one person, and that's Jeffrey Williams. So prosecutors are up to something, and we don't know what the fuck they are up to, but they are up to something. The fact that they have not charged Jeffrey, but they charged everybody else, and he clearly took it in his hands on camera, may be that this may be a setup. This may be something the prosecutors know this is a throw off, or maybe they're trying to set Young Thug up. You know, they as in these people who he was rolling with, now he's not rolling with them. I don't fucking know. But it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Somebody, especially somebody of his caliber, to accept drugs from a defendant who's already in prison for life, for murder. So I don't understand. But these are the court documents. As you can see, I have the court documents up here. We're going to credit Hollywood Unlocked for these court documents. I did not have time to go search for these court documents myself. And I do not have time to sit here and read off these court documents myself. But when I find them, I'll post them on YouTube in the community tab. Make sure you check out the community tab. I'll post them on the community tab when I find them without Hollywood Unlocked's watermark. Or I'll just use these and I'll credit Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked. If Jason Lee don't make a big deal about it, because he might be like, why the fuck are you using my shit? Go find it yourself, like I had to go find it myself. So I'll find it myself if I have to. But this is it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read all of this. This is about 5 pages, basically detailing the actions. The hand-to-hand drug exchange between defendant Adams and the defendant Williams led to the discovery of even more contraband inside of the courtroom. So somebody about to be in trouble. For accuracy, the record should reflect that defendant Williams, along with defendant Adams' actions, caused a delay in this trial. So y'all see January 18, defendant Khalif Adams, defendant Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, conducted a hand-to-hand drug transaction inside the courtroom. 1C, Fulton County defendant Adams stood up from his chair, blah, 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 blah. Explains the entire thing. Okay, y'all might want to screenshot that or go to Jason Lee and look at it, or just wait till I post it. I'll be posting it really soon. But this is the court document signed right here. Looks like signed by Fannie T. Willis, which is the Atlanta District Attorney, Fulton County Head District Attorney of Fulton County, and Deputy District Attorney is Adrian Love. So she also signed it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but this looks like this is a definite guilty. He gonna have to plead guilty to this shit. And as you can see at the bottom are all of the charges. I don't know if there's a bar across the screen, but at the bottom are all of the charges. He's charged with possession of Schedule II controlled substance, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers misdemeanor, possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce, possession of alcoholic beverage by inmate, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. So these are all misdemeanor except for the number one, possession of Schedule II controlled substance. That's Khalif Adams, who's already in jail. It says more details have come out yesterday's arrest in YSL Rico case. Defendant Adams stood up directly, handed Young Thug a Percocet pill. Officers immediately saw it and confiscated the contraband. Adams was searched. They found more drugs on him, including more Percocet pills, marijuana wrapped in food seasoning to hide the smell, blah, blah. He was taken to the hospital because he tried to ingest some of it to conceal, the extent of his crime, the extent of how much drugs he had. Prosecutors are using this to blame Thug and Adams for the delay of jury selection. And I know that Adams' attorney stood up in court and was saying, y'all just trying to find an excuse for why y'all having a difficult jury selection. Y'all having a hard jury selection, and y'all want to find the reason why. And this just was right up y'all alley. So I don't know. I feel bad for Young Thug. This gives me that he would automatically have to plead guilty to something like this because the camera seen it. I don't know. I really don't know. Everything that's said here is allegedly, a fucking allegedly. And like Wendy said, although I saw it with my own eyes, they're telling me allegedly in my ear, but unfortunately, he has to deal with that. So here's the clip. Let's show you guys the clip. Let's see.
The reality is, Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom on yesterday. One of the co-defendants, on his way to the restroom, attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly Percocet?
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was, turned it over to the deputy right away. The deputies took action. The individual who had the contraband, not Mr. Williams, was taken into the back where I'm told he ingested whatever he had. He had to be taken to the hospital, and as a result, court was terminated for the rest of the day.
Wow, right? Wow. Okay, so that is Young Thug's attorney. He's saying basically no. So as you can see, the guy walks across him. He's going to go sit down. That's some random guy. Don't worry about him. It's the guy in the back of the courtroom that's about to stand up. He's going to stand up and he's going to walk over to Young Thug. Him. Blue, look. He has on a suit because they're just letting them wear suits. They're going to take that off as soon as they go to the back. The suit is just to look decent. And he's a prisoner with the suit on.
The reality
and
is,
officers immediately walk up to him to arrest him. So the officers are already walking up because a murderer is standing up. That's the whole point. This murderer is already standing up, walking away from his attorney. Officers are immediately walking up to him because they don't know what he's about to do to Young Thug. He could have stabbed Young Thug, hurt Young Thug, anything. Although he's a co-defendant, he could have hurt Young Thug. So officers run up to him immediately, like, bro, what you trying to do? And he hands it off to him. Young Thug opened up his hand like a dumbass with officers right there. And I don't understand. I just don't understand what that was about. If that was a setup or what.
Mr.
I
Williams
don't
had nothing to
understand.
do with what went on in the courtroom on yesterday.
And the attorney is saying he had nothing to do with it. And that could be true. It could have been a complete setup.
Attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly Percocet?
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was. Turned it over to the deputy right away. The deputies took action. The individual who had the contraband, not Mr. Williams, was taken into the back, where I'm told he ingested whatever he had. He had to be taken to the hospital, and as a result, court was terminated for the rest of the day.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know if the boy is still at Grady or where the hell he at, but he damn near died trying to hide them damn drugs, finna kill himself like a dumbass. That's an unfortunate situation. I feel really bad for Young Thug because I was hopeful that, you know, maybe he could take a plea deal and he would be out of jail soon, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Jay. Yo. You want to airdrop that video? Come here and airdrop this video. You want to airdrop this? Oh Lord Jesus. Airdrop. I got it. I ain't know I had this over here. You never airdrop this? What happened? Yeah. Okay, you can leave out of here. I'm about to be done with this. Make sure you guys subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. If you are watching this right now, please hit the thumbs up. Okay, guys? I can't stress it enough. Hit the thumbs up. I'm telling you guys, hit the thumbs up, please. Please hit the, and check out the podcast, the Urban Binge Radio. Everywhere podcasts can be heard, the Urban Binge Radio. Everywhere podcasts can be heard. Check us out. Close this door. Jake, you can leave out, babe. You don't have to see me. Jake is hot easily, okay? Like, we're totally different because I stay cold. You don't know what? I want to sit down with you. Huh? Babe, wait a minute. Let me play this for y'all one more time.
The reality is, Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom yesterday. One of the co-defendants, on his way to the restroom, attempted to pass something. The reality is, Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom yesterday. One of the co-defendants, on his way to the restroom, attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly purchased.
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was. Turned it over to the deputy right away. The deputy took action. The individual who had the contraband, not Mr. Williams, was taken into the back where he ingested whatever he had. He had to be taken to the hospital, and as a result, court was terminated for the rest of the day.
This is the Young Radio.
So, in other news, Young Thugger, and Gunna. First of all, let me say this. I think Young Thug is so fine, okay? Jay doesn't agree. Jay be like, why do you like him? What do you see in him? What is it about him? He's ugly. Why do you like this boy? I think Young Thug is cute as hell. Very fuckable. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. Okay. But of course we know that Young Thug is in jail currently right now. I think it's like, I don't know, like 23 charges, or something like that. Did you call me? Yeah, me too. Well, let me finish this real quick. All right. Let me finish my video real quick and call you back. All right. I'm gonna call you back. My mama really want to talk, but I have to remember that when I'm doing these videos, I need to put my phone on absolute do not disturb mode, because when my mama needs somebody to talk to, I'm the only person that she gonna call to ramble and talk to. So I'm sitting here just like, oh, mama, come on. She's stressing me out. I need to smoke. Jay ain't came in here yet, because I was just kidding, baby. But yeah, so my mama always like, I'm sorry. Oh my God, baby. The fan. Hi, everybody. Say hi. Hello. Hi. Give me a hug. So yeah, sorry. See, if it's not one thing, it's another. Okay, I'm always being stopped. Anyway, so yeah, Young Thug is in jail, currently being held at the Cobb County Jail. He is being charged, and his name is Jeffrey Williams. Let's not forget, this boy's name is Jeffrey Williams. It doesn't matter. Jeffrey is fine as hell, okay? With his cute name and everything. Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, he's been charged with conspiracy to violate the racketeering, influence, and corrupt organization. So that's what RICO stands for, Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, in a 56 count indictment, 88 pages, okay, 88 pages, 56 count indictment that also included several other Young Stoner Life records. So it's supposed to be Young Stoner Life is what a lot of the YSL members are now saying since these charges have come up. The new thing is that it's Young Stoner Life. And I know that a lot of people were already saying that. A lot of the children in Atlanta were already, I'm from Atlanta, just to let you guys know, but I currently do not live in Atlanta, but born and raised all my life in Atlanta. But the children do say Young Stoner Life, but Young Thug says Young Slime Life. So that's what the prosecutors are trying to say, that the YSL is slime. And I don't know what the difference is, and I guess they have a new meaning for slime and Young Slime or whatever. I don't know. I guess it means something bad to them. Thug was arrested on May 9th after his home in Atlanta was raided by authorities, right? It was helicopters everywhere. And Gunna was another person who was named in in the whole thing. Anyway, they did hours and hours and hours the other day. They're trying to get him out on bond. And June 2nd, they did hours and hours of talking. This man was going to pay upward of $1 million, more than $1 million. He's going to build a studio inside of one of his 4 homes around Atlanta. He was going to stay in the house 24/7, excluding any electronics, no Wi-Fi, with an ankle monitor, 24/7, watched around the clock by the sheriffs of Atlanta. All this stuff he was willing to do. And his attorney talked for about 2 or 3 hours, had witnesses come up to vouch for the fact that he would be doing work in the community and not doing any miscellaneous things in the community, not threatening any witnesses, no contact with other people, and all this kind of stuff. And I felt like everything that the attorney was offering and saying Thug was going to do in order to be out of jail and free at home until the trial, which is in January of 2023, that's next year, it was basically jail. He was just going to be at home. He was not going to have electronics. He wasn't going to be able to go outside the house. He was going to have to be monitored 24/7 by sheriffs in his house, 3 sheriffs in his house. He was going to have to let the courts know every time somebody wanted to come over. They were going to have to be on a clearance list to clear them to come into the home. He was going to pay and put the sheriff's office on an hourly salary. I mean, like, literally, he was going to do a lot to maintain his, I guess, kind of sort of freedom, if you will. But not really freedom, because he was going to be in jail at home. And they really set it up really nice. They had Machine Gun Kelly send in a video. They had Kevin Lyles come up on the stand and speak. They had a 15-year-old, a minor, even come into the courtroom and speak from Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta. At the end of the day, after Young Thug's attorneys had pled this hours and hours and hours long case, trying to plead with the judge to please let my client out on bond. He is not a danger to the community. He said it was finally time after recess for the DA to speak. And the DA only literally spoke for about 20 to 30 minutes. And all of his words were basically the straw that broke the camel's back, because the judge denied the bond based off of what the DA fought and combated back with Young Thug's attorney. Basically saying, you know, all of what Young Thug is willing to do to get out of jail is perfectly fine. But here's the problem. He's here because of Rico charges. He is spending money, paying people to get shit handled, to get shit done, to make shit happen. And that is why he is here. He's the leader of this gang. He's paying people to make illegal things happen. And he thinks that he can come in his courtroom and sway the courts with money and possibly make things happen and get his way. And that was just kind of the cake that took it all. It kind of took it all. It took the cake. I mean, that's what I meant. It took the cake. And the judge felt like, okay. And he also said Young Thug is not tied to these specific threats, but the witnesses are being threatened outside of this case. Outside of the courtroom. Of course, people who are witnesses to the case outside of the courtroom, outside of jail, are being threatened. They've also spoken to a few witnesses, and the witnesses say that if Young Thug is released, they fear for their lives and they believe that they will be dead. So he was asking the judge, you know, based off of all of that, I'm asking that he stays just right where he is until this trial happens. And the judge took all of those words and could not fight back with that and denied bond. I was very shocked that after 6 to 9 hours, we sat there watching this, thinking that this man was going to have some type of leniency on Young Thug and release him on bond based off of everything he was willing to do. And it just did not work. It didn't work in his favor. So he is currently sitting in a cell right now, locked up on alleged Rico charges. And let's just hope that all of this turns out well for Young Thug. It's going to be so crazy if he sits in jail and he ends up not guilty and other people are guilty and he's not guilty. That's going to be crazy. But anyway, yeah, Young Thug is in jail and has not been denied bond. Was denied bond. I'm sorry. And was absolutely denied bond. Let's move on. The judge, I do want to say that the judge cited that it was significant concern that he would be a danger to the community and obstruct justice is what he was worried about. The judge is a black man, so I don't know if Thug are gonna feel like he being biased or anything, but this man does not come off as biased. He's a black man. He comes off as non-biased, and as he's just trying to do his job. The judge did say, though, that he would consider reopening the case or reopening, reconsidering something if they brought another petition or motion regarding Young Thug bond. He would, reconsider it, reopen it, and see what he can do then. But the trial is set for January 9th, 2023. I can imagine that Young Thug is going to probably settle down for a little bit, sit there for a couple of months, and then come back and file another appeal or something to get to be released on bond first.
The Urban Binge Radio Podcast,
where we discuss viral topics, hot jams, new artists, fun, and informative interviews and conversations. This is your news stop for the hottest trend in urban culture news. 2 shows, 1 podcast, The Urban Binge Show and Sunday Flow Show, powered by The Urban Binge.
the Urban Binge Radio Podcast. Listen anywhere podcast can be heard. This is the Urban Binge Radio.
Gunna, the rapper Gunna, okay? Gunna went to court. His family showed up to court, and I'm gonna make this fast. They made an outburst, and the judge put them right the hell out.
That's no consultation or consolation for your client, Mr. Samuel and Mr. Sadow. And but unfortunately, that's the best that the system can offer at this point in time, given the status of the case law and the like. The only thing I can potentially do is, like I said, I will try the case as expeditiously as possible. But at this point in time, I don't find any change in circumstances that would allow me to, or move me from changing my decision as to bond. And if anybody's in the gallery and you can't otherwise control yourself or otherwise if you want to make any appropriate comments, then you can leave at this point in time. No harm will come or nothing else will occur. But if you remain in this courtroom and make any outbursts, I'll have you arrested.
Y'all know Gunna went to jail for for Rico charges or something like that. Yeah. And he's from Atlanta. He got locked up with Young Thug, right? And so your now, boyfriend. Yeah, Young Thug is fine. Don't fuck around with it.
He is ugly.
He's not ugly. Don't play with him.
He is.
Don't mess with him. He's not ugly.
You the one want to call Dominique ugly.
Who's Dominique?
I don't know who is he.
Oh, Lil Baby is ugly.
No, he
Lil
is
Baby
not.
and Lil Baby is ugly, but Young Thug is fine. But anyway, what was I saying? Gunna got locked up with the Rico charges. His family went to court and they were put out of the courtroom because of a loud outburst. I guess they kept making outbursts and the judge got fed up. I really don't know. It's only a little snippet, a snippet really don't say a lot. And then y'all be reading the titles on Shade Room and on these blogging sites. Follow the Urban Binge at the Urban Binge, at the Urban Binge on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, at the Urban Binge. But
so what was they doing? Was they like,
I was
talking to the witness? We gonna get you, bitch.
No, I think they was like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, hell no. Stuff like that. But I think, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm from the ATL, all the way deep from the ATL. I'm sorry to say that it gave just like y'all are defeated. Gunna family look like Gunna take care of his family. It looks like he is the breadwinner and he provides. And it looked like you guys were there in hopes to get him out so that he can provide what he is normally providing for the family. It gave desperate, okay? Right. In their face, they was looking desperate, as if to say, Judge, let him out today. When they got put out of the courtroom, they were just looking so defeated and so down because the judge really went in on them. Like he said, y'all heard it. He said, I'm sending y'all to jail.
It was not without intention, because the point is
he's already somebody the one to jail that is outburst.
Right. Gunna is already the one being accused of committing the crime. So
and threatening witnesses and all of that.
The judge has a keen eye for finding things that could be against the defendant.
And so if y'all want him out and y'all want him some leniency, one thing y'all can't do is be having outbursts in this man's courtroom. Judges look at this courtroom like they bedroom. This is a sacred room, and you can't
bitch,
fuck
they live
around
the courtroom like
in
the
this
library.
room.
Don't say shit. Don't speak unless you're spoken to.
And that's how they are. That's how they are. They don't speak unless spoken to. That's the truth. But I felt so bad for them, and free Gunna and free Thugger. Please free Thugger. We're gonna go to OnlyFans and
Put him
have
on house
nasty
arrest,
talk
but
over
this is
there.
address over here, cause
I can't talk all the way
long as
nasty
y'all
over
leave
there.
them.
To hear our nasty talk, we have a podcast or a show we're gonna start uploading over on Lascivious, and we'll talk nasty over there because YouTube be trying to do ad suitability over here. And if I say what I want to say, and I'm gonna
As
go on
much
and
shit
say
as
it,
TS be talking, and she still
I'm
be
gonna
having
go on
ads
and say
on her
it. But I
shit.
think that I can imagine Thugger just in there, he wanking that thing, yanking that thing, pulling that thing.
Oh my god.
And that thing big and black. I know it is.
Well, that's
It's
because
fine ass.
Please, let's pull up a picture of him and let's see where. I need a microscope.
Bing!
Bitch, I need a microscope.
He's fine. Don't play. Don't play.
I just can't.
Okay.
This is the Urban Binge Radio.
Well, we reported on what's his name in the case with Young Thug. His family got up and
Gunna.
His family got up and just walked out the courtroom, and it was giving. We're here to see if he's gonna be let out on bond. The judge said no, and they were
Because
just
I need my
pissed.
rent paid.
They
My
need
light
their rent
bill.
paid, they need their light bill paid. And if the source of the income is gone, then what do we do? Because they so selfish. Y'all know these rappers ain't leaving nobody nothing. Not all of them, but most of them, these young boys. They ain't like, here, mama, take my car and go to my bank account. Plus, these mamas ain't no good. They done spit up all the shit. Be done got out of jail and
I'm
bankrupt.
sorry, baby. I bought 3 houses.
Right. What are you doing? You know, so I understand. You know, luckily, Gunna thought about what he had to do. And
Gunna.
Gunna, we don't listen to that bullshit.
Old.
But Young Thug is my boyfriend. Gunna is out of jail. He will be allegedly testifying against his boo, his bestie, Young Thug. Now, if you guys go Google, I won't put up these pictures now, but if you go Google Young Thug and Gunna and see how many photos these two have together. I didn't notice that this is a little low here. Unless this is some blonde hair. I'm tripping. I don't know what's going on.
Ain't no blonde hair.
But I was guessing. Oh, damn. It's a gap. Damn. We're going to have to work on that. But if you guys go look up Gunna and Young Thug, you will see how many photos these two have together from hanging on the west side, you know, broke, up until they done went to jail together. These two have been like this. And now Gunna allegedly will be testifying against his best friend. Not only that, Young Thug's blood baby brother, allegedly will be testifying against him. All these people have taken plea deals, and in the plea deal states
his head going down.
Testify against Jeffrey Williams, and that's so unfortunate because I'm like, can Jeffrey take a plea deal on himself? Can you take a plea deal on? Can you say, okay, can I take a plea deal too? Shit, like I want to be like them because they are all being
The problem
released.
is that they're not going to offer him a plea deal anymore because he has waited too long. So he could have
I'll get one because they are co-defendants.
Because they're trying to weed him out. They need people on their side to help get the mastermind because he didn't take the plea
They
deal.
probably didn't even have enough evidence, like somebody already said. Somebody said they did not have enough evidence, and they probably needed more evidence, and they got more evidence by giving this awesome offer. One of these guys, they said they're gonna be on 6 years of probation or something.
I'm going to accept your plea as tendered and as negotiated. To count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, the court will sentence you to 10 years to serve 2 years. I'll commute that to the time you've already served, with a balance of 8 years on probation, subject to the special conditions that have already been set forth on the record. I'll go through those with you right now, but is that your understanding as to the base sentence?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You can do 6 years. The state can keep up with a person for 6 years. The state will babysit a person.
What you mean?
That's basically babysitting. You're watching their every move for 6 years of his life.
Right, but it's
in 3,
only going to be
able to
about
come back and contest that. It said.
in about 2 years anyway, or about a year. It's going to be a little bit less strict than what it is initially. You won't have
they're going to lessen the strictness.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay. Also, I didn't know that. Okay, I can believe it. I can imagine that every other year or every year they lessen the strictness of. Because if I was in jail spending this time.
You lock
my
down
privileges
all the time.
So. But you still get privileges because the better you do the your pod changes, and you get to be in the trustee pod, eventually getting stuff like more phone time,
right?
More privileges, get to stay up when everybody late, laying down, you know, you mopping up before and shit like
clean
that.
up the kitchen and get to do kitchen duty and make the brownies and shit.
But a lot of those guys have also killed other guys being a trustee and being trusted in the kitchen, like Jeffrey Dahmer case situation. Anyway, so yeah, it was just a crazy situation. Speaking
now wait a minute,
of,
I'm sorry. Before we move on, we're gonna pull up that same picture of Young Thug, and we're gonna pull up this picture that I just showed you with Lil Baby, and we're gonna see who we're gonna drop down in the comments and tell us who look better.
Really? Send it to the computer, airdrop and accept. I'll accept it, or send it to my phone.
It was just a blessing in disguise. Thank you, 'cause I dodged a bullet. When you walked out, I thought that it was over, but it turned out it was just a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise.